In nature, fear doesn't come from sound, but from the moment everything suddenly changes.
A leopard can lie motionless for tens of minutes, waiting for the slightest mistake from its prey.
When the time comes, it lunges out in absolute silence. A precise attack so fast it's almost invisible, and that's when survival instincts are tested in an instant.
Amidst dense forests, vast grasslands, and rugged mountains, the leopard exists like a ghost of nature. Its distinctive spotted coat helps it blend into its surroundings, moving silently without being detected by prey. Its superior adaptability allows this predator to live in many different lands, from the wilds of Africa to the forests of Asia.
Hidden behind its graceful appearance is the leopard's powerful hunting instinct.
It doesn't rush into a chase, but patiently observes, stalks its prey, and waits for the perfect moment to attack. With its strength, agility, and excellent climbing ability, the leopard becomes one of the most dangerous and mysterious predators in the natural world.
The dawn gently spreads over the sub-Saharan African savanna, where warthogs live primarily in vast grasslands,
avoiding dense forests and arid deserts. In Kenya and Tanzania, they often appear near rivers for both food and escape routes. Their bodies, weighing around 150 to 250 pounds, with thick skin and curved tusks, help them survive many risks, its eyes fixed on the exit as its prey lowered its head. The distance was only a few dozen feet, and every movement was restrained. When the opportunity arose, it lunged decisively, initiating a chase and rapidly closing the gap. The wild boar changed direction repeatedly, accelerating to escape, but not enough to shake off its pursuer. In those brief seconds, two instincts clashed and then separated, not loudly, but enough to reiterate a familiar law of nature, that the outcome often lies not in sheer strength, but in the ability to wait and act at the right time. Under the expansive sun of the African savanna, antelopes live in vast grasslands with unobstructed views.
They are primarily found in Africa and parts of Asia, often moving near water sources or following seasonal migration routes.
Their light bodies and quick reflexes allow them to detect danger from afar, and this habit makes them vulnerable to a moment of distraction. Unlike zebras, which rely on their endurance within the herd, antelopes are vulnerable to a moment of distraction. On the edge of the low bushes, the leopard moved silently, locking onto a gazelle standing apart from the herd.
Slowly advancing in silence until it was close enough, then suddenly bursting with speed.
Drawing its prey into a short chase where each step determined the distance. The gazelle reacted immediately,
Constantly changing direction to shake it off. But the leopard maintained pressure and chose the right moment to close in, finishing with a decisive subduing move, the advantage shifting to the predator, the space falling silent. Reminding everyone that the outcome belonged to the one who acted at the right time.
On the vast grasslands of the sub-Saharan African savanna, lions live in sparsely forested areas like the Serengeti, where open space combined with abundant prey. They need ample room to move and hunt, but also enough hiding places.
And this balance makes their territory always a potential target for unexpected encounters.
Each heavy step shook the tree trunk. As the distance narrowed, the leopard swiftly moved, creating pressure in the confined space, and forcing its opponent to lose its balance high above. The branch snapped in an instant, both falling to the ground. The leopard, however, was quicker, using its agility to escape danger, while the lion lost its advantage. The confrontation ended with victory for the one who adapted at the right moment, contributing to the natural balance of the ecosystem.
Along the edges of the East and South African grasslands, wildebeest live in sparsely vegetated areas with a stable water source.
They constantly migrate during the rainy season, creating large migrations, such as the Great Migration between the Serengeti and Masai Mara. And this movement sometimes leaves one animal behind, unlike African buffalo, which usually maintain tight formations and defend themselves in herds.
In the low-lying area near the water's edge, the leopard didn't approach directly, but circled with the wind.
Maintaining distance and observing its prey slowing down behind the herd. Then, it suddenly accelerated briefly to force the prey into an... The wildebeest tried to continue running, but the leopard used its agility to close in from an angle, finishing with a subdued maneuver. The outcome tilted in favor of the predator as the gap between the herd became a weakness, reminding us that in nature, even a slight delay can decide the outcome. Along the riverbanks and savanna fringes of Africa, baboons live near water sources and always choose places with large trees or high rocks to observe. During the day, they come down to the ground to forage, and at night they climb up to avoid danger, as in the Serengeti. This habit of moving between these two spaces sometimes creates unexpected gaps. From the low grass by the riverbank, it remained low and silent until the alert signal was lost, then suddenly lunged out, splitting the troops' formation. The predator quickly regained control of the situation, the outcome tilting in its favor when the troops' coordination was insufficient.
Leaving a brief lull where survival instincts dictated the outcome, and the natural order was maintained in its own way.
In the vast savannas of sub-Saharan Africa, spotted hyenas are found in open areas suitable for hunting and with underground shelters.
Common in the Serengeti and Masai Mara. They avoid dense forests and do not live in the harsh desert.
Unlike cheetahs, which prioritize speed in open spaces, hyenas rely heavily on endurance and the ability to fight.
And this environment makes encounters almost inevitable. On the open grassland, the leopard crept along the bushes, its eyes fixed on the feeding hyena. It stayed low, waiting for the right moment. When the distance was close enough, the leopard accelerated, closing in to gain the advantage.
Opening up a face-to-face confrontation between two predators with different approaches.
Under pressure, the hyena did not retreat but held its position, forcing the leopard to stop and assess the situation.
The outcome did not favor the attacker when the leopard retreated, leaving behind its share of the food. Demonstrating that in nature, not every opportunity should be pursued, and each species has its own limits.
At the water's edge, the leopard didn't advance directly but circled around, observing the motionless crocodile.
It maintained a longer than usual distance, waiting for a reaction, then suddenly moved with a short burst of speed, observing the other's response. Recognizing the danger, the crocodile immediately turned and lunged towards the water, forcing the leopard to stop. The outcome was favorable for the aggressor, as the crocodile retreated to its advantageous position, and the encounter ended with both animals securing their survival positions,
thus stabilizing the balance between land and water in the natural ecosystem.